Would you celebrate a mass murderer every week? I'm asking a serious question here. For example, Anders Breivik, that Norwegian that killed about 70 young people in 2011. You see, would you celebrate what he did, venting his anger upon 70 other people and murdering them? Would you celebrate that every week? I hope not. Or if you have a rapist that has raped a man that has raped about 50 women during his lifetime, would you celebrate that accomplishment every week? I hope not. Would you celebrate what happens on 9/11? Would you celebrate what the Nazis did to the Jews? Would you celebrate such stuff every week? Celebrate them? I hope not. Yet, here's the thing. Pagan Christianity, you see, they have this God figure. It's not a real Lord, but it's a God figure that they have. And they have this Jesus figure. Hear me well. Pagan Christianity is a counterfeit Christianity. It's fake Christianity. So the Jesus that they call Jesus is not the real Jesus Christ. It's a fake one. And the God figure they are worshiping is a fake God. It's a mental image, a mental projection. You see? And I'm going to talk about that God, that Jesus of pagan Christianity. This God of pagan Christianity is a sadist. He is, out of his mind. He has this large divine ego that you need to stroke and please all the time. Because if you don't stroke that ego, he's getting upset and people are going to get hurt. You don't know where his anger will hit. This God of pagan Christianity, let's say this Jesus figure of pagan Christianity, tells you to accept abuse, to give in to social expectations, to honor criminals, to give in to abusive governments, and to allow others to have their way with you. Or else he will come after you also. So this Jesus figure of pagan Christianity tells you that you have to become a doormat and make people comfortable, or else I'm going to abuse you also, and I can do it far better than they do. This God figure of pagan Christianity, he has these people that he calls Jews, despite those Jews aren't Hebrews. They aren't from Hebrew descent. They are Khazars from the Khazarian Empire. In the beginning of the Middle Ages, they migrated to Germany and they became the Ashkenazi Jews. So they're not Hebrews. Yet these pagan people that they call Jews, who are living now in Palestine, they have this state called Israel. This God figure of pagan Christianity tells you those people over there, they are pagan. They have a symbol of witchcraft on the flag of their country. They don't want anything to do with me. Yet you will protect them, you will feed them, and even if they abuse you and do you dirty, you will accept it and smile, or else I'm coming after you. So this God, this Jesus of pagan Christianity, how should we compare him? See it like this. You have a woman, a young girl, getting married to a man. But that man already has been in a marriage and he has an ex-wife. Okay? His ex-wife is stalking him, you see, asking money of him and demanding a lot of stuff from him. Now, this man marries his second wife and has a lot of children with her. Those children also are growing up. But those children see how their mother is being treated bad by the ex-wife of their father. The ex-wife is coming around spitting in their mother's face, throwing objects at her. You see, the ex-wife is approaching their father, having sex with him. And also the children themselves are being treated badly by this woman, and this woman is also a harlot. She has children out of wedlock with other people, and those other children are also coming out and sexually abusing them. Yet their father, who's a wimp, who doesn't want to make clear objective boundaries to protect his children, he tells the children and his wife, that ex of mine, I know she's horrible, I know she's out of her mind, I know she's psychopathic, and I know that her other children are rapists and want to sexually harass you people, but listen, I don't want to hear anything about it. I only want to hear good, sweet stuff about her, because the moment I hear any reality of how bad she is and what she's doing to you guys, I myself am going to abuse you. I know you're going through a hard time now, but I can make it much worse, so better let me be pleased. Such a man is the God of pagan Christianity. And I'm using Zionism, that whole idea that we should support the Jews no matter what. I'm using that only as one example of this fake God that they are serving. You see, the God of pagan Christianity isn't the real God. The Jesus of pagan Christianity isn't the real Jesus Christ. As I asked before at the beginning of this video, would you celebrate a mass murderer, a serial rapist? Would you celebrate someone like that every week? Yet that is what pagan Christians are doing. That's what counterfeit Christians are doing. They are dedicating themselves, they're paying taxes, which you call tithes, to a God that doesn't exist, a Jesus that doesn't exist, but that Jesus and that God figure that they are supposed to worship is abusive, out of control, narcissistic, psychopathic, and he has this large ego that you need to be careful, because even if you stroke his ego all the time, he has this tendency of raging, and you need to be careful. You need to watch out. Why am I talking about this? Because I had, Christians, so-called Christians, telling me, you see, we say that God is love, but he also has this other side, you see, that we don't want to talk about. And I was thinking, okay, hold on a minute. You're telling me that God has another side? That there's a side of God that we don't want to see? God expressed himself completely on earth when he walked this earth. His name is Jesus. Okay? There is no other side of him. So if you claim that there's an other side of God, then I want to know, how did you find out this information? Because all we know about God, we know because of the life he lived on earth. We know it by this. We know all about God by the Son, Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is the only way to the Father. So if you are not in Christ, you're not saved and you don't know God. So you claim to know God, so that means that you're in Christ. And you think there's stuff about God that we don't want to know. I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Look, pagan Christianity is more dangerous than Satanism, it's more dangerous than the Illuminati, it's more dangerous than jihadist. Pagan Christianity, which is a counterfeit Christianity, is more dangerous than all those sects and cults on the earth. It's the biggest cult that there is, and it's the most dangerous one. So, if you're involved in pagan Christianity, leave immediately. And if you have pagan Christians, or really pagans that masquerade as Christians, you need to get rid of them immediately also. The example I gave of that man who allows his ex-wife and the children of his ex-wife to sexually abuse and beat and even harass his own wife and children, such a man on earth, he would be tried before court and he would be sentenced to jail for neglect and agreeing with rape and all of that. Even with the corrupt systems on earth, we would recognize such a man is detestable and not worthy of honor. We don't even want to talk to someone like that. Yet, in pagan Christianity, those pagans, they call themselves Christian, but they're pagans, they go every week to a temple house to a pagan temple, which they call churches, and they give honor and glory to such a detestable being that's a projection of their own mind. The real Jesus Christ they don't want to talk about. When they talk about Jesus, they're talking about that counterfeit pagan Jesus. They're not talking about the real Jesus Christ. Because the real Jesus Christ is far of what they are, far from they claim to worship. Look, open your eyes, people. Not everybody that uses the name Jesus is a Christian. Not everybody that says Lord, Lord is really saved. Don't be fooled, people. Pagan Christianity is the most dangerous institution. It's the most dangerous empire in this world. That being said, stay safe and may the grace of Jesus Christ, the real Jesus Christ, be with you.